another. I feel really, really blessed. I know that all is well. And I am trusting that we are in our heart space and really connecting with what we know to be true right now. I want you to just know in this moment that you have every single thing that you need. You know, it's so funny to me that I've been thinking about, like, as far as being conscious of how I look, right, on camera, and just, you know, you don't have the glam, you don't have the things that are in the safe right now. You know, the car is parked and you know, it can't do anything for me right now. You know, it's like I always wanted this wagon. I have it now and it's parked. It's not even where I am. I'm at a different location than my car right now. You know, as far as the bank account, you know, what can you do right now? How can I really enjoy it? You know, it's right now the most important thing is that, you know, my mental, spiritual health, and my food that I'm eating and intaking, and that's pretty much what we can spend on. But you know, it's like doing all this other spending almost feels useless. It's pointless right now, and you realize that more and more as every day comes through, because you realize what really is important right now. Hi Manu, hi baby. Hi everybody. I have Facebook here, I have Instagram here, so I have a few people with me, and I just want you to really take time to understand what is happening right now, to understand the time that we are in. We are really in the most exciting time of our life. We are literally in the most exciting time of our life. Why? Why do I say that? How in the world can I say that, right? Well, first of all, I know one thing is for sure. I know that God is on the throne, and I know that I am alive and well, right? And I know that I have this beating heart that regardless of what's going on around me, it's still beating me. It's still right here, and I can trust it, because I know that this heart wouldn't be here if it didn't have a purpose. That this breath of life that's breathing me, if it would have woken me up this morning, if it didn't wake me up this morning, that would have been a whole nother story. But because it woke me up this morning with a beating heart and breath coming through my lungs, I know that that alone is enough. Did you know that right now in this instant, do you know that I know for sure, without knowing the things about you that you have, or what's in your account, or what car you drive, do you know that I know that you are valuable beyond measure? Do you understand that your health right now is your greatest wealth? Do you now finally get it? Now that God has gotten our full attention, do we understand what makes us valuable? Do you understand that you already are a multimillionaire? That's already the so what. Now we know, like, oh, wow, millions. I have the value of millions of dollars. I bring so much goodness to this world right now. Just being alive alone makes me wealthy. Finally, right? At last, you're wealthy. It's important that you really understand what I'm saying to you. I'm explaining to you that the status right now is evened. God has put everyone on the same status. And that status is to stay at home. The only place we have to go is in. My wagon is there, parked in a garage, different from where I am right now. So I can't even drive this car or this thing that I put so much value on that cannot help me right now. Literally, it can't help me. It can't help me. There's only one place that I can go right now, and that's inside. That's the only place I can go right now that can actually help me. And that's where I am rich. That's where I am powerful. That's where I am mighty. You say, why the heart? What's this obsession with the heart, Sybil? What's this thing? What are you talking about? What's going on? What is this pledge allegiance to the heart? Right? It's you. It's you that's going on. That's why we pledge to the heart. Because I know the truth about you. You can tell me what's happening. You're this and that. Your friend. You got the news. And turn off the news. Turn off these things that are giving you information that you don't need. The only information that you need is the information. The information coming from inside of you. You've gotten enough information from the outside. As a matter of fact, God has taken away all the distractions so that we have to go inside. You've given the outside more than enough chances to prove its value to you, to prove how rich and amazing and powerful you can be out here, right? And now, all those riches and all those valuable things that we've acquired, those things, all we can do right now, even with $1 million in the bank, even with a G-Wagon, Rolex, and all these amazing things, the only place we can go right now is inside. That's it. There's nowhere else to go. You know, what are we doing? Wearing our jewelry to sleep? What are we doing with it? What value do we have right now? What value? What are we valuing? Yes, we know what we need to do. We need to stay in the house. So I don't need to keep that news on. I don't need to keep on this information that's constantly bringing panic, right? Because I know the truth about who is on the throne. And I know that God is perfect in all his laws. There is nothing right now that can change my mind about the fact that I don't know exactly what's going on, but I know there's good in it. It reminds me of when, 9/11 happened. I never forget it. It was about, oh my God, tens of thousands of people on the Queensboro Bridge. And my sister and I had met up and we were all like, oh my God, where are you? Where are you? No one could find me because I was about an hour and a half at that time going to work. I had my 9-to-5 job. And I was going to work in a panic thinking I'm so late. The trains were so delayed. And I'm thinking, oh my God, they're never going to believe me that the train has been an hour and a half delayed. I didn't know what was going on outside. I didn't know 9/11 was happening. I didn't know the tower fell down. I didn't know the first building went down. I didn't know that people were on. I didn't know any of it, right? So I'm just on the train and I'm on my way to work and it's literally an hour late. So I'm like, okay, I am done with at work. My boss is not going to want to hear me. There's really no way to, validate this. I got to the job and people were jumping. The whole place, they were like literally jumping up to see me. They were jumping up and like, oh my God, Sybil, oh my God, literally happy to see me. So here I am in this train during 9/11, on the train going to work during 9/11. And I'm thinking I'm an hour late to work. Meanwhile, the plane just crashed into the tower. Thousands of people are literally gone. And my mind, the only thing I was thinking on the train was, I'm going to be late to work. I'm going to be late to work. I might get fired. By the time I called my sister, my father, and all of my family to figure out where everybody was, my sister and I were the only two in Manhattan in the city, right? Hey guys, hey, thanks for joining. Hey, everybody coming in. Ivory, hi. Hey, Carolyn, hey, Kelly. Hey guys, hey, I'm so happy to see you. Thanks for being with yourself right now because you have assigned me to remind you of who we really are. I've assigned myself to remind myself of who I really am. And so as you're listening to me, I want you to understand that these experiences, as I'm talking to you about 9/11 and what actually happened, I was on the train thinking that here I am late and I'm going to lose this job. Meanwhile, people were disappearing by the second. The first crash had happened and then the second one. And so, of course, fast forwarding, when I got to my sister, we met up. We were so happy. My boss was so relieved. Everybody was so happy to see me. By the time I got to work, I'm thinking I'm going to be fired because I'm an hour and a half late. Meanwhile, they're waiting to see if I'm okay because they knew I was taking in the train to Manhattan. They didn't know what was happening to me. So I met up with my sister. There was about tens of thousands of, at least 50,000 people, literally, on the Queensboro Bridge. And the only thing we knew is that we had to get out of Manhattan. We just knew. Everybody was on the same page. We have got to get out of Manhattan. We had got to get out of Manhattan. The planes had just crashed, okay? The second plane came through. And the only thing that we knew was we had to get out of Manhattan. We didn't know what was happening. I'm thinking I'm just an hour late to work and I'm going to lose my job. But here it is. The whole world is crumbling, right? So I met up with my family, and then everybody got on the bridge to walk across, like the closest to whatever bridge you were. I was closest to the 59th Street Bridge. I worked in Midtown. And so we had to cross that bridge. Every single person on that bridge, I just remember it like it was yesterday. It was the most beautiful thing during this time of pure tragedy, mind you, pure tragedy. The crashed planes just hit. The second one just hit. That first plane that crashed, they literally told the people in the second tower, go back upstairs, everything's okay. Go back upstairs, everything's okay. The first plane had crashed, and they told all the people in the second tower in the building, go back upstairs, everything's okay. The first building crashed, and they told them to go back inside. Can you imagine? Number one, first of all, ain't nobody going back inside that building, right? I don't care what you told me or how much you paid me. I wouldn't have been going back inside that building, right? Because we're out here getting our families. We're making sure everybody's okay. We are out. And there were so many people that were afraid because they're going to lose their jobs, that they went back into the building, the second tower, after they told them to go back inside. And I'm talking about thousands of people who went back into the second tower because they told them that everything was fine. Who are you listening to? Who has your mind? Are you in tuned enough that you know in your heart, mind, body, and soul that when you hear something and God says, get out of there, that you go? You don't ask questions. You don't second guess it. You are so in tune with your heart that you can hear that voice tell you to go. I didn't know what was happening. I just knew I was late to work. My sister, as a matter of fact, who worked across the street from the World Trade Center, she literally works across the street from the World Trade Center at that time during 9/11. She saw the building crash. She was out of there. They told them to stay at work. They told them to stay put. My sister was out. Number one, because she was looking for me and we were meeting up. But number two, because intuitively she knew, I don't care what these people are saying out here. I know who's governing this heart. This is where God lives. This is where God is alive and well. So by the time we got to the bridge, 59th Street, thousands of people all gathered. We literally all walked side by side for about 3.5 hours. Thousands and thousands and thousands of us walked across that bridge together. I remember I was helping a lady with her baby. She was taking turns to, somebody was helping people with their bags. Some people were literally like carrying elderly people. This man was literally the whole time carrying this elderly woman on his back. Some people were pushing other people in their wheelchairs. It was the most beautiful thing you could see in the time of tragedy. Mind you, thousands of people had just gotten crashed into by the World Trade Center. But here we were in the midst of it all. And we were on that bridge, 59th Street Bridge. And all we knew is that we had to help one another. We had to come together. And we had to get to the other side. That's all we knew. We didn't know how it was going to happen. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know what was happening behind us. We didn't know what was going on to the left or to the right of us. We didn't pay attention to anything but straight ahead. We focused on the fact that we had to get to the other side of that bridge. Thousands of us. We were helping each other. We were carrying bags, babies. I'll never, ever, 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 ever forget it. And that's what this reminds me of. The same exact thing. Only now, with this tragedy going on all around us, with these crises, with all these people, with all this panic, with everything that's happening, I have never seen so much love, so much family together, loving one another. So many people you haven't heard their voice in years, you're calling, you're speaking to. So many people praying for communities of people. Thousands of prayers are going up every single day. And you know what happens when prayers go up? Blessings come down, baby. It's real. It's powerful. All I see are people connecting through the internet, through each other, calling, texting, you good, what's up? I'm praying for you. I'm sending you a prayer. I'm not feeling so well. I'm praying over you. This is what you do. This is a remedy. Do this, do that. Helping one another. Not because we're getting paid for it. Not because we're getting millions of dollars from it. But because we actually care about each other. We actually love one another. How is that possible? I don't know you. How can I be praying for you? I don't know you, but I love you. How is that possible that I could love you and we don't know each other? Because that's our hearts. I didn't care on the bridge that the lady I was helping with her baby was Muslim. She was a Muslim woman. She had her turban on, but she had her baby. And I was carrying her bags. I was helping her. I don't care what her religion was. The Jewish man who was walking, the African man who was walking, the Caucasian, the white, who was walking around. It didn't matter what you were, what you looked like out here. The only thing I could see was your heart and that I wanted you to be okay. That's what humane means. Humane means that we have a heartbeat. And that's what connects us all to one another. Despite anything you may think, we are connected. And that's how you know, because it didn't matter what the outside was. The inside of me knew I had to help that woman. Those people who were pushing carriages of the elderly, they didn't care what they believed. They didn't care what their religion was. They didn't care anything. They knew that they were helping that lady because it was the right thing to do. Their heart told them it was the right thing to do. It's your heartbeat. It's a heart that is breathing and beating inside of you with you having nothing to do with it. Instinctively, inside, we knew intuitively that we had to help one another. And so now we have this situation where we can't go outside. We have to be inside. Just like we did in 9/11. We had to go inside. Think about it. We still had to go inside during 9/11. We were on that bridge. We were getting through and we had to get to the other side of that bridge. But we knew inside, it was something inside of us. There was a courage inside of us that said, we're going to walk this bridge today. We're going to get to the other side of this bridge. We had to get out of Manhattan because we didn't know what else was going to come through crashing. We called our family members. We called all our people. We all gathered and met and we walked that bridge. And I didn't care who was next to us, who was not. We were helping each other. We were guiding each other. We were supporting each other. We were lifting each other. So may I submit for your consideration, is this not a time that no matter what the person believes, no matter what the person thinks, no matter what the person thinks they know about themselves, no matter what condition the doctor tells them they're in, no matter what news they've gotten, may I submit for your consideration that you know that you have power within you that can heal the entire planet. You have a power within you that can heal every breathing, living thing. How do you know you have that power? Because your heart is beating. You have a beating heart. You don't have anything to do with that heart beating. It's not beating this morning because you asked it to beat. You're not breathing because you woke up and said, I need a breath of life. Something make me breathe. You're not breathing because of that. There is a power that is in us that is greater than in the world. There is a power within you that is greater than that's in the world. There is a power within you that's greater than the power in the world. There is a power within you that's greater than the power in the world. Do you understand? Do you understand that you have that power to, no matter what is going on out here, you can go inside of yourself and create an entire new world. You can see everybody happy, healthy, whole, living from their heart. That's why I pledge to my heart. It's the one thing that's never forsaken me. It's never lied to me. Even when I'm a jerk, even when I'm happy, even when I'm sad, no matter when I make mistakes, it's right here beating. no matter what. It's right here. And so I pledge allegiance to my heart. Absolutely. I pledge allegiance to your heart because my heart is your heart and it equals one heart. That's a fact. 1 + 1 = 1. One heart is all hearts. If one heart right now at the sound of my voice is healed, we are all healed. You have just woken up an entire energy field of love, beauty, freedom, kindness, joy. There is no disease that can live in a joyful body, that can live in a loving body where there is love. That alkaline that we talk about, there is nothing more alkaline than love. There is nothing more balanced than love. There is nothing more beautiful than kindness. You got to look at your heart like it's a precious little baby. You know, even if you never had a newborn, right? Even if you've never had a baby, I haven't. I've experienced babies. I've experienced newborns. I've experienced what they feel like, what they sound like, their preciousness. I've experienced that. That newborn is something you protect with your life. Even though people may admire that baby, they say, oh my God, that's such a beautiful baby. Oh my God, look at that baby's eyes. Oh my goodness, look at the baby. Hear the baby crying, even sounds sweet. But I tell you what, you don't hand your baby off to everybody who says that baby's beautiful. You don't hand your baby off like it's something that everybody can touch. You don't let everybody come into that space. You don't just hand your baby anywhere. You protect that baby with your whole life. As a matter of fact, you've pledged to protect that baby with all that you have and everything that you know. You're dedicated to give that baby the best of the best of the best. The best foods, the best mind programming, right? To give them music that heals them, to make them feel good, to let them listen to things that are going to uplift them, things that are going to give them education, things that are going to build their hearts up. We're dedicated to showing them love, to showing them how precious they are, to kissing them all over. That's the same thing as your heart. Your heart is your newborn baby. It is the baby that you have to take care of for your whole life. It's as precious and as pure as that. You can't allow these news, these negative people, and these dark energies to touch you. Why would you allow that to touch your baby? Why would you allow that in your space? No. You protect your newborn baby. That innocent, pure newborn baby, you protect it with your life. You're not going to feed yourself news, more negative news. You're not going to feed yourself more numbers that are going up. You're going to hold the space inside of you because that's the power that you have. You're going to keep your baby protected. You're going to guard it with your whole mind, soul, heart, and spirit. You're going to guide and protect that baby. You're not going to let everything touch your baby. We are all leveled out right now. We are all leveled out. Your car, luxury car that you've loved and would have given anything for, is parked. That job that you thought saved your whole life is up in the air. The people you thought you could not live without, here you are. Here you are. Here we are. The people that you don't even know. The nurses, the doctors, the delivery, the mail. How about the police officers? I don't hear anybody playing for the police officers and the army and the government and the people who are standing in the front line. What about the good-hearted people that are out there working, that are putting themselves on the front line? We are not praying for the outside. We're praying for hearts. We're praying for hearts to be saved and awaken and understand that everything within you is enough. God has gotten our attention and put us inside. There's no more distracting out here. We've been asked to go within. The only way out of this thing is within. And like that 9/11, I had to get to the other side of the bridge. I called everybody I knew. I called everybody I could think of. I called everybody who I know works in the city. I called everybody. And the people I couldn't reach, I prayed over them. That's the power we have. That's the real power. Never underestimate what your heart has the power to do. But don't call me with the news. Don't call me with, whoa, what's happening? Protect your energy. If everybody is stuck in the news and listening to the negativity, who's going to lift us up? Who's going to be the sound voice to remind us that love is healing us, each and every one of us? Who's going to remind us to stay at home and to be at peace and to create a life of love around the people that you have? Creating goodness, creating joy. Who's going to be there to remind us if everyone is focused on these other things? We are being called and assigned to literally waken up our hearts. That's the only thing that's guaranteed right now. Not your job, not your bank account, not your car that you drive, not any of that right now can bring you this peace of mind. This knowing that God is living you, knowing that you are awake in your heart, and that if you are alive and willing, that your purpose will be revealed to you for you to bless us. We are literally alive right now. If we are still alive and have a heartbeat, there is no way that you're ever going to be the same again. We could never go back to the way life that we thought it was. No way. No way. Now we know how valuable we are to each other. Now we know how valuable and priceless we are to each other. And when people are coming to you with any negativity, you remind yourself of your beating heart. Take a deep breath when things try to overwhelm you. Breathe in. Every time you breathe in, your heart opens up, scientifically and factually. Every time you take a breath in, that is your heart opening up. Your heart literally opens up every time you take a deep breath in. You have power to change everything around you. You have the power in your mind to create an entirely new world. There is nothing more powerful than you right now. You have God living inside of you, beating your heartbeat, breathing this breath of life in you. Nothing is more powerful than that. And may I suggest for you that it's invisible. It's the inside, the invisible world that's the most powerful right now. Your intuition is the most powerful thing right now. Your intimacy with God is the most powerful thing you have right now. Protect it. Protect it. Protect it. It's your newborn baby. Don't let contaminated things poison and touch it. You wouldn't let anybody carry your baby just because they like and think it's cute. You're not going to let any energy come around your newborn child, that pure, innocent child. That's your heart. Don't allow yourself to be fed any lies or anything that's not true within you. The only truth that's within you and that's real right now is that God is on the throne. God is alive and well. We are healthy. We are whole. We are highly favored. We are blessing one another. Prayers are going up. We see healing. We see healing. We see a vaccination. We see healing. We see beauty. We see love. We see joy. Get in the mirror and talk to you. Listen to you. Talk to God. God, what will you have me do during this time? God, how can I serve during this time? God, what do I have to bring to the world right now? What can I do right now to help someone else? When I was walking that bridge at 9/11, and there were tens of thousands of us, I didn't care that we were bumping each other, that it was uncomfortable. I just cared about everyone getting to the other side. I wanted to help every person next to me. I wanted to help every person around me. I wanted us to get to the other side of this. God, how am I helping the world get to the other side of this? Use me, God. Use all of me. Use everything that I have. Whatever you will have me do, I say yes. I say yes now. I don't need to wait. The confirmation is simply that I am alive. Because I am alive, my heart is beating. And there's a breath of life that I did not ask to happen this morning. That is my confirmation that there is purpose in your life, in my life. Sybil, you have purpose. You have a reason that you are here. What are you speaking? Are you speaking life? Are you speaking beauty? Are you speaking healing? Are you speaking wholeness? Have you blessed the people who have to leave their house this morning? You don't need to know what religion they are. You don't need to know what color they are. You don't need to do anything. You just need to know that they have a beating heart. And you bless every single heart that has to put themselves on the line this morning. You put a blessing upon every single light being walking this planet, every single heart that is beating right now. You bless it. You bless it. You bless it. And you keep them protected and safe. And you stop looking at the numbers that are going up. Instead, you look at the hearts that are awakening. Think about how many people are being forced. And I will say forced. We have no other choice but to go within. You got nowhere else to go. You can't go to the job that distracts you. You can't go around sexting and doing all the foolishness. You can't go to no club and listen to some party and get drunk. There's nowhere else to go, people. The only place we have to go is in. The invisible world is the real world. It's the only real world right now. And whatever you create in your mind and whatever you say is the truth, it's going to be the truth. If you keep saying that negativity and darkness is coming to you, oh, it's coming, baby. But may I submit for your consideration that I got you. If you are hearing the sound of my voice in this instant, you are blessed. Your heart is awakened. You know exactly who you are. You know exactly who you belong to. You belong to God. You are one with God. There is a beating heart that is keeping you. There's a breath of life that is breathing you. Not because you're this color or that color, not because of your religion, not because of what you think about yourself, but because God has you. God has got you. That's it. That's it. And that is so much more than enough. God has you. Those millions that we see in our bank account, what can they do for us right now? Right? Don't we just want to give it away and help people? Don't we want to help people? The only thing we want to do is help one another. That's the gift that we have. That's the gift that we have right now. We are not going to allow our newborn baby. Remember, the newborn baby is our heart, right? That heartbeat that we have. So we're not going to allow it to be contaminated and touched by the news, by any people. We're going to protect our newborn baby with our life. That heart has to stay protected. That heart has to stay pure. It's the only gift we have right now. God has given us this gift of this heart. And our assignment is to focus on this heart. Our job right now, the only job we've got, it's not at an office, at a desk. It's not to work out there. It's to work on in here. When you go in the mirror, what do you see? What do you believe about what you are looking at? Do you see the heart that is beating and that is awake? Do you know how blessed you are to be able to see yourself in the mirror right now? That means that there is a life breathing you that loves you. There is something beating your heart that is in love with you. Not someone out there who's in love with you. Not someone out there who's beating your heart. It is inside of you. My mentor, Mary Morrissey, she likes to say, you can't even beat your own heart. You can't even breathe your own breath. And that's a fact. It's a fact. That's why we are alive and well, because something, a power greater, is living and breathing us. What are we doing with it? The only job we have right now is to decide what we're doing with this beating heart and this breath of life that's breathing us. We've been ignoring it. We've been ignoring it. We've been busy with work. We've been busy with this. We've been busy with that. We've been busy with drinking. We've been busy with having a good time. We've been busy with pleasures. We've been busy with all these outside things. Now God is busy in us. Now God is busy in us. He wants to see if he's got our attention. Do I finally get 5 minutes of your time, Sybil? May you give me 5 minutes that I may speak into your heart, that you are worthy and that you are deserving of all the beauty that this world can offer. But more than that, you are my daughter. You are wonderfully made. I created you perfectly. You lack nothing, and everything inside of you is enough to lift the entire planet. Everything inside of you is enough to lift everything around you. I've given you the most valuable thing you could ever have. Your heartbeat. I've given you this heart. I've given you this heart. And the only thing I want back from you is that you share this heart with the world. You share this heart with the world. You've kept it for you long enough. You've kept it inside long enough. I want you to open it. I want you to open it up to the entire world. Open your heart. Go inside. There's nowhere else to go. Literally. Literally, we have nowhere else to go, people. God wants us all back. He wants us all back. There's no getting around it. I don't care what you call it. You're not going to find what you're looking for out there. You're not going to find what you're looking for Googling on the internet. Everything you've been searching for, everything you've ever wanted is right here inside of you. Inside of all of us. What will you do with it? If you don't know, some people come and say, Sybil, I don't know what to do. I want to help. I want to talk to God. start with your heart. Don't ask somebody else what you should do. Don't ask me. What do you love? What do you love? What do you love? What feels good to you? Do you love to sing? Do you love to dance? Do you love to help people? Do you love art? Are you good with numbers? Are you a finance person? Are you a tech person? Or can you create an amazing app that would be able to heal so many people's hearts right now? Can you create budgets for people during this time of quarantine to teach them how to budget their life and how to use their finances the most wisely? Can you teach people what to invest in right now? Can you sing a song that would light up somebody's heart? Can you do a dance that will help people move their bodies and feel alive? You're not dead. You're not dead. You're alive and well. Move your body, dance, feel good. Enjoy everything that you have in this moment. What can you bring to the world? That's the only thing you need to be thinking about right now. Your only job is to figure out how you can serve. How can you touch someone else's life right now? Maybe it's that you go within and you hold the image of this person that has gotten some news from the doctor, but you and I know better. We know we've got one doctor. We know we've got one boss. One. We know the truth about your health. We know the truth about who you are. You're my beating heart's reflection. I get to see you healthy. I get to envision and see that you are living beautifully and healthy, and that your family is blessed and you are lacking nothing. I don't want to focus on 3 months from now. I don't want to focus on, oh, what's going to happen to your house? What's going to happen to this and that? What's happening now? You know how they used to say that thing, like if you only had a year to live, what would you do? That's that thing right now that's happening. If you only had a day, if you only had 24 hours, what would you do? What would you do? If you only had 24 hours, what's the last thing you said to somebody? The last person that you encountered? What's the last thing you said to them? That person you love, that person who means so much to you. What's the last thing you said to them? What's the last thing you want them to remember? What do you want them to remember about you? What's the last thing you said to the person you love? Family, friends, neighbors, the mailman. Did you say hi to the mailman today? Did you thank him or her? Did you pray for their safety and their well-being? We have the power to speak life into every single being that we encounter. That's what you can bring to the world. You start with your heart. You open it up and you share your beautiful visions of who you are and who they are. Everyone around you. Every human being that you have around you right now is the most valuable thing you have in the physical form. The people. The people and beating hearts are the most valuable thing that you have right now. Nothing. Not my wagon that's parked in a parking garage that I'm not even in the same location. Not my bank account that I worked so hard to have. No. The most important thing right now, physically here, is my family. The friends that I've chosen to become family. The people that I love. Do you know that I love you? Do you know how much I love you? I get to tell you now. I love you. I love you. I don't love you because of what you have. I don't love you because of what you can give me. I don't love you because of what's in your bank account. I don't love you because of what you drive. I don't love you because of what you say your religion is. I simply love you because you're you. Imagine that. You being you is enough. I love you just because of that. Nothing else, no other reason. You're enough for me to love. You've got a beating heart, and it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And I love you. And I will do whatever it takes to serve you. I open my heart. I share my love with you. I don't have to save it, keep any of it for myself. I don't have to hold on to it. Oh, wait, I can't give too much. I've got enough love in here to light up the entire planet. Can you love me back? Can I see your heart now? It was my turn. Now it's your turn. I don't see human beings, as we call it. I see heart beings. That's what I call it. We are heart beings. There is something beating this heart despite how angry you made me, what you did to upset me, what they did, what your boss did. They fired you. They betrayed you. They did this and that to you. No. No. Oh, no. Your heart is beating. You are loved. If you are alive right now, that is the evidence that you are loved. God didn't say who, you did this, you did that, or you didn't do this, you didn't do that. They didn't ask what you eat today, what I don't know, beliefs or religion you have. God said, because you belong to me, I am not only giving you the breath of life, but I'm living inside your heart. You are awake and alive. That is the greatest gift and the greatest evidence that we have that God is real. You're real. That's how I know God is real. All this other stuff going around, that's just the other stuff. There's always going to be something going on around. I'll never forget that 9/11 experience. I didn't care who you were. It was tens of thousands of us walking that Queensboro Bridge. We all knew we just had to get to the other side. All we have to do is get to the other side of this. And guess what's going to be with you when you get to the other side? What's been with you this whole time? This heartbeat is following you everywhere you go. It's helping you to the other side. No matter how rude you were today, no matter what you didn't do today, no matter if you were being a jerk and so forth, oh, Sybil, get it together. You didn't do this, you didn't do that. If I got lipstick on today, if I got on bohemian clothes today, if I did my hair today, if my nails aren't done, ooh, my heart still loves me. My heart still loves me. Makeup, no makeup. Shave legs, no shave legs. My heart is still beating for me. It's still here. It's still loving me, despite my ugly. It's still loving me. Wow. Why, right? Like, why do you love me so much? Why do you love me so much? Why? Don't you just want to tell everybody? Don't you just want to tell everybody how much God loves you? Don't you just want to tell everybody how much God loves you? God loves me. I can't believe it. God loves me. It's amazing. God loves me. Period. Not because of any reason. Because I belong to God. God loves me. How do I know? This beating heart never lies. No matter what I go through, no matter what's going on out there, this beating heart is still right here. Wow. What is this thing? What is this thing that's awake inside of me? No matter what's going on, what's this thing that's awake inside of me? It's awake. It's alive. It's a beating heart. I'm not asking my heart to beat. I'm not asking my breath to breathe. Something loves me enough to be breathing me and to be beating my heart. Man, what a feeling to be loved just because. Just because I'm me. There's no feeling greater than that. There's no feeling, there's no car, there's no bank account number. That's all the stuff that God says, so what? You're my child, of course you can have that stuff. Of course you can have all that. You're here for my glory. You can have all that. The only thing I want from you is this. Give me this. Give me your heart. God, I give you my heart. I surrender everything that I am and all that I know, all that I think that I know. Sybil gives you her entire being, her entire heart, that you have her and everything around her. Father, you are loving and breathing and giving a heartbeat to every being, every soul, every mind that hears the sound of my voice, Father, that you bring forth through me is awakened in love, knowing that we belong to God. I simply pledge allegiance to my heart. I pledge allegiance to my heart. It's never left me. It's never forsaken me. It's here now and it will be here with me when we get to the other side. I don't have to listen to any news, any negativity. I'm going to protect this thing that you've given me. This is the gift God has given me. I'm going to protect it like I would protect my newborn baby. pure, innocent, newborn baby. I protect it with my whole life. I open it up. And I give you all the glory, Father. And that each and every person breathing and having this heartbeat may know that they are loved. Not because of what they have, Father. Not because of the car they drive. But because we love you with our whole heart, with all thy might. We treat our neighbor as we treat ourselves. Because of how much you love us, Father. Because you've given us the purest form of love. We can only get a glimpse and hope to share the endless love that you've put in us with one another. I am so grateful, Father, for the 3 million hearts that are now awakened in your love, Father. That we may always know, no matter what's going on out here, so long as we are breathing, living, that you are with us. That is the evidence of you. May you guide us each and every step. May you watch over our minds and each and every thought. That you keep us in your glory. That you keep us in abundance, in prosperity, good health, joy, love, ecstasy, peace of mind, kindness. May we be kind to one another. May we begin to see each other as we really are. Heart beings. May you see your heart that connects you to every single heart. No matter what you think you believe. If you've got a beating heart, it's connected to my heart, your heart, and all other hearts. We make up the whole heart of God. He's got the whole heart in his hands. He's got the whole heart in his hands. He's got the whole heart in his hands. He's got all of our hearts in his hands. I love you. I love myself. And I'm so thankful that we could be awake together in our hearts and that we can keep each other. We are lifting up this world. Right now in this instant, the world is healed. Healed into love, into beauty, and into joy. I pray over the doctors, all those out that had to go out, that they are safe and protected in God's love. The police officers, the soldiers, that the entire heart being